Moving on to our next story now, clashes have erupted between police and protesters in the Sudanese capital Khartoum during the sixth consecutive day of anti-government demonstrations. Police fired tear gas to disperse the protesters. The security has been tightened further ahead of the country's major trade unions' planned rally for Tuesday. Meanwhile, President Omar al-Bashir has warned citizens against, quote, attempts to instill frustration. The opposition claimed that at least 22 people have been killed since protests erupted last week. The official figure, however, suggests only 12 fatalities. The protesters are angry at the government's decision to increase the price of bread. Now, to discuss that more, we're joined by Mr. Jonathan Ofi-Ansah, publisher of the Africa Briefing, joining us live from London. Thank you very much, sir, once again for joining us on Press TV's Top 5. What can you tell us more about the protests that are going on in Sudan? How far do you think these protesters can keep this up to get their demands from the government?
Yeah, actually the protests began with the increase in bread prices and fuel shortages. But there's an underlying reason. The people are generally fed up with the way the country is governed, and so that's why actually they've embarked on these protests. And even yesterday, Monday, doctors have also embarked on a general strike. And indications are most of the doctors in the country, have joined in this end-of-day strike. So the underlying factors run deeper than the price increases of bread and the fuel shortages. The people are fed up with the way the government is run. And again, since South Sudan attained independence in July 2011, Sudan has lost 2/3 of its foreign revenue since South Sudan has taken away 2/3 of Sudan's oil production. And again, the U.S. has put Sudan on its list of state-sponsored terrorism. Because of that, Sudan cannot access financial aid from organizations such as the IMF and the World Bank. So the problems are going to keep on mounting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan Ofi-Ansah, publisher of the Africa Briefing, joining us live from London. Your comments are always welcome on Press TV.